Hi, guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're listening to this, I'm Psychic Medium Bray, and I'm going to be doing a reading on the passing of Jesus Guerrero, who did hair for a lot of artists like Kylie Jenner, Jennifer Lopez. There's been a lot of mystery and a lot of mysticism, and I've gotten a lot of requests from my fans asking me to do a reading. He was from Texas and I believe was living in California or residing in California, but I believe he was from the Houston area. I could be wrong on that. So there's a lot of skepticism or a lot of rumors going around how he passed. What we know allegedly is that he was having chills and hot flashes or complaining of that. And a lot of rumors have also said that he passed of pneumonia, but he was not feeling well for weeks prior to his passing. And this started, like I think they said, around September. Again, this is a lot of stories. They did an autopsy, and apparently the toxicology reports are still pending, but they did not find you know, any substance abuse that we know of so far. So again, this is what the public is saying, but he was relatively in good shape. I mean, I saw photos of him. He was not an overweight person. He did not look sick in the photos that I got to see. But again, you never really know if a person is sick until you get to talk to them. Again, only they know how they're feeling. And because again, this was, a very important role that he had. And I'm pretty sure very important clients. Sometimes people will put work before their own health and push through because the money is good. The money, the opportunities are great. So how do you say no to someone? But we never really truly know what someone is battling. So I'm going to see if there's any messages for his family. Again, I'm just trying to be very respectful with the reading. I am a medium as well, so I can connect with those on the other side. So it's a little too soon, but so I feel like he was on a quest of love. I feel like he loved a lot of people, but I do feel like there was something about like needing wanting a partner, having a partner. So I don't know if he was in a relationship with someone or not, but it just feels like there was this yearning. And I also feel like the Lover's card shows the passion that he had for the craft that he did. I do feel again, he wants to talk to his mother. This would be the Queen of Cups, which is his mother, and tells her that he's sorry, is what I'm feeling and what I'm hearing. And that he is okay. She needs to know that he's okay. I do feel that she is going through it right now. It's being a very difficult for the family, siblings, or anybody that he has in his family. And friends that knew him. It's a very difficult period right now that he's going through. Also, I don't know what his relationship was with his dad, but I do see the King of Cups, which reminds me of someone that could be like a father figure going through this. But he was traveling the world. He was really good. This is Jesus being the King of Wands. He was the master of his craft, but I do feel like there was a lot of jealousy among people around him. Well, the first thing that I kept feeling from him, when they were, saying these reports and stuff, I know that they said that there was no substances, but sometimes, out of the respect of the family, they're not going to disclose this kind of stuff. I don't know if he ever drank, but apparently they said also no alcohol. But what I feel is like there was he was very open to spirituality is what I feel like. There's this opportunity that he was going to do. Like I don't know if it was his own hair product line or that was like a goal of his to have, but I keep feeling like picking up like there was promises or like people that he knew in the industry were letting him know like they were going to help him build his brand is what he wanted to do, along the lines of like Scott Barnes Cosmetics and stuff, even though he was into hair and whatnot. I also see the Hierophant, which is again very strong spiritual beliefs. So um I do believe that he believed in the spiritual world. Here we have the Six of Pentacles, which I feel like the money being given to his family, the support. He wants to thank, Kylie, Jennifer, everybody that has contributed, everybody that contributed to the GoFundMe page that the family created. And what was most important to him was his family, not only his immediate family, but also his soul family, the connections that he made with these stars, with, other artists, um, hairstylists, makeup artists, etc. But I do feel the something about that trip that went wrong before he got super, super sick. I don't feel like they're lying about that part that he was sick because I feel very nauseated as I'm doing the reading. So I'm feeling what he would have felt like, very nauseous, not wanting to eat. Um, I feel almost like my heart, like there was something with the cardiovascular system that wasn't well. So I'm not sure on that, but I just feel like there was something not right with his respiratory and cardiovascular system, which would align with some what is out there, but necessarily like, what was it? The Two of Swords, again, I just feel like there's this feeling of like um not knowing what the future holds, but he tried to, lead his life with blind faith and moving forward. I do see the Three of Wands. There was a lot of planning, again, that was going on around him. Um, I feel like there's a tribute that's made to him, or that like somebody's gonna do like a big speaking engagement and honor his memory. Uh, almost like there's a painting done as well. Somebody's gonna get a tattoo in memory of him as well. Um, I'm just feeling like there were some things not right within the body itself. When people complain of like hot and cold, and they say pneumonia, I had pneumonia when I was like 20 in 2022, and I always felt like I was burning up, and it was MRSA. I had like a form of MRSA. Now I'm not saying that he had like a staph infection of some sort inside of his body, but I just feel like, when you go septic and your body goes into shock, I just feel like there's something there similar, where he was not right, like the body was not right. Um, there was a lot of stress, and I feel like stress was a big factor in his passing as well. um I do feel like there's some people in his family that are upset. They're not going to show it or say it, but I feel like they've tossed the idea back and forth. Was there foul play in his passing? Was, that's just something that, was he given something? Did he take something? And I just feel like I get this is more health related than anything else. And I also feel like it's almost like I get the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Swords. So it's almost like he was doing too much and not taking care of himself. Putting work before. It's almost like that's what I'm feeling for him. If he could go back the months prior to this, like feeling sick, is what he would like would have taken care of himself, but he couldn't see that in the midst of, these important clients and whatnot. And I feel like um it's almost like I get an infection of some sort. There is an infection. I don't feel like he passed from pneumonia though. I just don't. But there, I mean, that might have been one of the things that he had with, because I did pick up the breathing, but I just feel like an infection of some sort that was ongoing. And I get almost this feeling of like, which way do I go? Do I like, I feel like he wanted to call off some of these work commitments that he had, but he didn't. He kept pushing himself. And I feel like there's text messages of him not feeling well and telling somebody in his close circle, like, hey, I'm not feeling well. It's almost like yeah, the Four of Swords comes up. So again, this is about resting, needing rest and taking care of oneself. And then the Eight of Cups is like leaving it all behind, almost like he wanted to check into a hospital sooner, but he kept trying to treat himself with like other medications over the counter. I feel like he might have taken some, some medicines that are like for colds and whatnot, but I just feel like whatever he had, he wasn't well. And I also feel he was kind of private, even though he was very like a social butterfly. There was this part of him that didn't want to let people know the severity of it, to make other people happy. But yeah, I just feel like his hands were tied. And then I get the death card, which is very symbolic of, the passing here. But I just feel like overall he wasn't somebody, like the devil card comes up. So there was definitely something that was plaguing him. This was either someone that wasn't responding to him, someone that wasn't doing um I almost feel like he had feelings for certain people or like a person, but it wasn't corresponded. It was like they played games. Um, but I also feel like there will be, I mean, the family knows exactly what happened to him. I do feel like even though they're not going to say it in social media, they're not going to publicize it. They will be disclosed the reason of his passing, and I feel like they already know more or less like what caused it. But I felt like there was this feeling of just not feeling well at all. And I get something with his blood, like there's something with the blood, like circulation. There's definitely something in the bloodstream that is not being revealed to the public. Again, I don't know if he took over the counter medications, but if it wasn't that, it definitely was something like an infection of some sort, is what I keep getting back to here. And this feeling of like he did not want to stop. He didn't want to stop. He kept saying it will get better, it'll get better. Like he thought it would get better. Um, I kept getting the word contaminated, like something was contaminated. So I don't know if this started like something that he would have eaten when he was in another country. And that's how it started. But I just feel like there was something not right in his bloodstream. That's what I'm getting. And I just feel like he was, there was some, when I looked at his photos and stuff, I mean, I pick up on energy and I pick up on impressions, psychic impressions, and I kept feeling like he wasn't happy. Yes, he loved the job. Yes, he would go through the motions and whatnot, but he wasn't necessarily happy. I felt like he tried to fill his that void with his job, and of course, the perks of traveling and getting to work with celebrities and whatnot. It has its perks, to travel, especially at such a young age. But I just don't feel like he was necessarily happy. There was this form of depression, depressive thoughts that perhaps only his family knows. Um, but I just keep feeling like this feeling of like being sick, like not feeling well at all. So I do feel like what they're saying is very accurate on that. Now the cause of it is going to be revealed in time. But I definitely don't agree with what they say that he didn't have any substance abuse problems or whatnot. Um, I'm not saying that they're wrong on that or they're not wrong on it, but I do feel like there was definitely some tendencies, maybe things that he tried, different coping mechanisms. I just feel like there was a part of him that the family may not know 100%, and not to tarnish his memory or his reputation, because I think that he was wonderful. I just feel like there was a lot of things. No one's perfect at the end of the day. There's a lot of things that were plaguing him that he didn't get to discuss, and some sadness there, with love is what I keep feeling. I mean, he was very loved by people that he worked around with, but him feeling that love, the romantic version of that, I just don't see that. I feel like there was a struggle of that and having that, if that makes sense. So I'm sending big angel hugs to all his family and his fans, and praying for them, that they find peace. But he is at peace. I definitely feel like he's okay. He understands what happened, but he's at peace. So I want to thank everyone that suggested this video, and I hope that it helps. That maybe the family will come across it, or people that really cared about him, and it will help them in some kind of way. But I'm sending all my love to each and every one of you. And remember, life is too short. Make the most of it every single day. Express how grateful you are and how much you love the people in your life, because we can be gone in a split second. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye.